Hello, my name is Baptist Paul and I am a picture book writer. So I'm just reaching out saying hello to you guys wherever you are. Thanks for joining me. I am a writer because I love the magic that happens when you put words together. I hope you guys love that too. You know, the beauty about it is you can take people on many adventures with you. You can help them understand other cultures and places that are different than their own. You can make them feel, hear, taste, touch, smell worlds. Those worlds that you create with words. I have this really interesting question I gotta answer right now is, what are some of the challenges and joys of being a writer? There are many challenges though, but the first one for me when I started off was learning how to deal with rejection letters from publishers. Over the years, I've gotten a really good handle on it, and now I just treat it as a tool to get my writing better. And just like you guys in school, like when your teacher says you got to work on something else, something in your story don't make sense, you gotta trust them, you gotta listen to them, and you just gotta do it, because their job is to get you to be a better writer. And the second thing for me is time. As a writer, I need time to write, time to get into my creative space, and time to do my thing. But every day I leave home and I go to work for like 9 hours, and I'm always thinking in the back of my head what I gotta do when I get back home to get into the writing mode. So as a writer, even though I work like 9 hours a day, I still make a little bit of time during the day for work. And when I'm off work, I go all out. I write a lot when I'm off work. Now, since I just finished talking about my challenges, now I gotta talk about the joys. It's a great job. I love this. I absolutely love writing. And to be honest with you, I just want to do this for the rest of my life. So for me, the greatest joys comes from when I go into classrooms and I do presentations. And when you have kids asking you, can you walk me through the writing process of a story? Or you have kids telling you that when they grow up, they want to be a writer just like you. That just brings me so much joy deep down on the inside to hear these things. And last year, a really cool story though. I Skyped with a school down on the island of St. Lucia. This is where I'm from. And at the end of the presentation, like one kid started asking me questions, and he said to me, no, but before he said to me, like he started crying, and I was a little bit confused why he started crying. And then he said to me, this is the first time that I've seen my experiences, my everyday life featured in a book. He said, I had doubts about what I can do and my potential and the things I could accomplish in life, but seeing that you lived a similar experience that like I did, and you grew up to be this awesome author, that the possibilities for me right now are endless, and I can do those things too. You know, I choked up a little bit because that was a really powerful moment right there. And that's one of the reasons why I write, you know, because I want kids, all kids, no matter where you come from, to be able to see yourself represented in books. I want you to be empowered, challenge yourself, and capture worlds and just bring people together. And I write for every single kid because my books are all about play, fun, and I don't know, but in the end, yeah, it's about fun. I wrote this book because of my childhood experiences. This story is written because when I reflect back on my childhood years, there were lots of playful moments. You know, I grew up like in poverty. We didn't have a lot of resources to go around, and play was the escape. It was my reality. It was the thing that took my mind off of all those things that I couldn't control. And then one day, while working on this book, I was kind of stuck a little bit, and my kids, my son and my daughter, they ran out back and they started running in the rain and splashing and playing in the mud. And immediately I was transported back to that childhood moment, that day, those days actually, not that day, when me and my friends were all out running around having fun in them. I closed my eyes and then I could see those worlds. I saw all those worlds. I saw all the action. I see all my friends running around. And then immediately I ran back to my room. I shut the door and I started typing, and I started adding some Creole words in this book, and I knew when I was done, I saw the same things I saw when I closed my eyes watching my kids play. It was magical. I got an answer right now is how important is play to my profession as a writer. And I gotta tell you how I see play in general. Tricky question, but really, really good question. For me, the whole idea of play is very important to what I do. My email, at the end of my email signature said, make play part of your every day. I'm a strong believer in the idea that when you make time for play, you make a lot of time for creativity. Not just the creativity, but your creativity to flourish. That's what I mean by that. This works well for me, and I know some other authors this works well for, because when you're stuck in the editing process or writing something, you need an outlet, some kind of creative outlet that helps those juices flow back and brings you back to the story. And for me, what I do is I take this ball and I go kick it out back and have a little fun, and I don't even think about the writing anymore. I'm just playing and having fun, and then sometimes my kids join me and we just have a lot of fun and we laugh, because I can't forget the value that's there in laughter. And sometimes maybe that won't do the trick. I go for a hike in the woods. Lately, the thing that has been working really well for me is take a chair down to the creek and sit there and just watch wildlife at play. You won't believe how powerful it is. Watching the fish in the water, watching all those animals, the dragonflies, and how they react, how they behave, how they chase each other around. It's just magical. So that's my outlets, and that's why I think play is really vital in everything I do. Now, this is the really, really big question right now. One of the most important questions right now is, what advice do I give to young people who want to make books? I took a deep breath on that one, and I think it is read. You gotta be able to read a lot. You gotta read all kinds of books. You gotta learn all about all kinds of peoples and cultures, and just immerse yourself in a good book. Because when I was a child, I used to walk more than 12 miles round trip to the only library on the southern side of the island for books to read. Because on an island, I'm confined to what I can do and what I can see, and I just wanted a little bit more. And the only place I could get a little bit more was in the pages of books. You won't believe some of the places I've traveled in my head. And I love it, and I still talk about those books. So it doesn't matter what you read, but I just want you to read a lot, a lot, a lot. You can read the labels on soup cans or the cereal boxes in the grocery store if you're out there with your mom or your dad. You can do all of that, or your grandma. Or you can go down to the library. Like right now, I know, guys, it's really tough doing all of that, but I know some libraries offer like curbside pickup for books in your state if that option is available. But the idea is you gotta read, and when you read a lot, it helps with your math, it helps with everything. And as a writer, I am always taking notes. I got all those like little journals I have. You know, this one here, all the pages are ripped out already. So I keep all those things because I read a lot and I take little notes and put my ideas down in there. Some ideas will turn into books, some will not, but I've always been able to document those things. So it's a good practice though, to document things as well when you read, when you write, or when you observe things. So I hope this helps. Thank you guys for your time. Peace out.